All right, welcome back, everybody. Chris McMahon here, eXp Realty. We're in the middle of the month here, so that means it's time for us to go over our investment report, where we're going to be going over multifamily properties, duplexes, 3 units, 4 units, and we're going to go over that in the area, what's going on here in the Capital District. We're going to hit a couple spots. The favorites that we like to do, I break this down by county. We don't get as in-depth with this one as we do with the single-family properties, which we do at the beginning of the month. But we're going to break this down by the county, kind of go over the numbers and give investors, first-time buyers, maybe are thinking that, a duplex is a good choice for them. There's a lot of people who are making that choice to get in there to help combat those high interest rates because they get some income coming in from one of the other apartments. We're going to go over that kind of stuff so you kind of see how that market is thriving right now and how things are going with that one. And we're coming to you live on location, not my usual spot today, but we got the nice little window in the background there. But let's get on here. We're going to share the screen, and we're going to start off here with our first area. We're going to talk about Saratoga County and what's going on in Saratoga County. Let's see here. We're bringing it right down to it. Here we go. So right over here at the top here, Saratoga County, we're breaking it down. This is just the kind of the top part here, the market trends of what we see here. Right now, you can see this arrow is still in the seller's market. Been there for quite a while, and both the single families, multifamilies, just about everything has been in the seller's market area. So I think we're all kind of used to that right now. Kind of wonder when it's going to get over here. Some of our buyers are thinking that, well, if I could have taken a snapshot of last month to this month, I feel like this arrow may have moved a little bit over in that direction and that one, but it's still a ways away from it. And we're going to have to kind of see how that plays out over the next couple months to see if the arrow is going to continue to shift in that direction here. But here's what we got. Month of inventory has actually dropped. It dropped about almost 27%. List to sold ratio is down to 97%, which is down a little over 6%. Days on the market is up to 7, and we got the median sold price, which is $325,000, which is down month to month almost about 7.5%. That's just a quick overview, and we're going back here because we got the numbers for September. So obviously the October's numbers we'll be talking about next month, but we're going back to September as we're going through this here. So we scroll down here a little bit. This is the median estimated property value, which we're looking at about just over 300,000, 301,000. Last month's change, it's down not even 1%, not even 0.5%. So it's a slight change here, nothing big. We're actually up in this category here for the 12-month change. So this time last year, prices are up almost 8% since they were a year ago at this time. Now let's come down here and take a look at this. And I point this out to you every month because I want to show that this area is actually an excellent area, especially for out-of-town investors, anybody looking to see that dollar go a long way, because the average in this area right down here for Saratoga County is below, not only this is the national average, but below the state average. Look how much further below it is the state average in this area. And what is great about this is because people say, oh, okay, well, the rents are low. The rents aren't low. The rents have actually increased. They were very good, getting very good rents in there. That's why a lot of investors are hot in this market in the capital region right here, because property value is very good, as we can see, and the rents are up there. So the return on investment, or ROI, that we're looking at is excellent in this area. So let's kind of roll down here a little bit. New listings are up 18, up 12.5%. Price per square foot is $123, which has dropped about 7.5%. Total volume going on right now, we've got a little over 4.5 million in the total volume. And I love how they give this moving this average living space a little over 2,000. But medium list price is at $225, which is down almost 15%. So here's our trend right here over the past year. We can see right now it's looking at probably actually one of the lowest points right here. So $225 is the median list price that we're looking at. We peaked over here in December. Last December was a pretty busy month. Those of you who have been in this for a while and have been following me know that last December was a pretty busy month for investment properties, or even just properties in general. But we see kind of at a low point right here. So we kind of come off that summer peak where people were going out buying houses, checking out the nice weather. We see a dip on this. Now, seeing this drop down doesn't surprise me too much because we come back into the school year in September. Things get kind of crazy for some people, especially families, everything like that, where, kids are getting acclimated, getting back to school, all that activities and stuff like that. So you kind of see that dip in there for the month of September. And we'll see if maybe that might change. A lot of times we do see a spike in October with things coming up. And as we see, even the winter months last year, December was one of our best months, which had the holidays in as well. So it makes it even a little bit more surprising to that. So does not mean that this is a bad time to sell a property. But right now, if you're a buyer, I'm looking at this a little bit more because not only do I know rents are pretty healthy around here, properties are, properties are low, or the price for properties are lower in this area. And they've kind of dipped a little bit now here too. So if I'm an investor, I'm thinking this might be a good time to jump in and maybe look around and see what is available here. So that's the medium list price. Let's come down here. Active listings is down 29, is down 21, almost 22%. Medium days on the market is 48. That's also on the down slope as well. We've got about $14.5 million in total volume here. This is all the total active listings right here. We've got about 2,200. And the median list price is 282,000 and a half. Actually flatlined between August and September, stayed exactly the same after it came down from the June high over here of 437. For that one, pendings are up 88.9%. So look at that. So a little bit of a spike there, huh? For the number of properties for that. The median price is 235,500, which dropped over 50% right there. But if you see this, got real hot in the market. June, July, August, both kind of went that upper trend. Now we had a little bit of that cool down right there. Like I said, a lot of times moving into that early spring or early fall season, stuff like that. Kids going back to school, families getting busy. Things can kind of slow down a little bit because of that. But total volume about 5.5 million. Pending listings, 31. That's down a little bit, just over 10%, 13.5 million as far as the volume. Days on the market is 95, which is ticking up a little bit. That went up 171.4. So talk about ticking up just a little bit. It ticked up a lot. So we got just under 320,000 for the median list price on that one as well. So coming down here, sold listings, 17 sold listings. Those were up because we had a lot of sold because a lot went under contract in August. August was pretty busy. So seeing the number of solds up in September is not surprising. They put it under contract in August. We're buying it. We're closing in September. List of sales price is down. We talked about that a little while ago, almost 6.5%. Days on the market is up. There was a little over $6 million in volume for the sold price. And the medium sales price, $325,000, as we see right there. Supply. How much month of supply do we have right now? We're about 2.25. So 2.25 months of supply going on right now. That is down almost 40%, 12-month change from this time last year. And it dropped 26, almost 27% really since last month. So we're seeing that drop in that month of supply that's going on. And public records, for sold on public records, average of 272.5, a little over $1 million in volume going on with that one right there. All right, so that's our look at Saratoga County. We're going to come up here. We're going to check out Albany County, our next favorite spot. Albany County, New York. Bang, here we go. Oh, were you watching that right there? If you didn't, if you blink, you missed it. But we see this arrow had ticked over a little bit closer to that balanced market, even that buyer's market over here. So still in the seller's market. Not that much of a change, but it is shifting towards that middle balance market area right now. Month of inventory is up just over 3%, or just over 3 months, up almost 1.5%. List to sold price, it increased 1% here. So we're seeing it go up in Albany. It had dropped before, but just a touch under that 100%. So getting about what they're asking for. So we're pricing them right where the market is willing to pay for them. Days on the market dropped down to 9, which dropped down to 59, or almost 60%. And medium sales price dropped down to 0.5%. Not really a huge change in Albany County to 215. So we got medium estimated property value, $261,000. It's up month over month about 0.5%, and a 12-month change is a little over 6%. So 12-month change, it's up. It went up about 0.5%, a little bit different than what we saw from over in Saratoga County. So things are kind of on the upslope over here. What do we see here? A pretty familiar site here. Again, this is our pattern, our home values. We got Albany County, national average, and the New York State average. So it's the same thing. Like I said, we see this pattern with all the counties and all the areas, or most of them, I should say, as far as where those prices are below the national average and below the state average, and pulling it in. New listings, 78 new listings, which dropped about 20%. We got just over $18 million in total volume. We're going about $109 a square foot. See, that's a great number to know the square footage. We'll tell that one because you want to see what the property is. Take the square footage, multiply it by 109. That's the average. Now, you know, some things can raise and lower that depending whether you got granite countertops or whether you got big holes in the wall. It's going to change that, but gives you a little bit of an idea of where it's sitting as far as the average is going on that one. And the median list price went up 31.5% to almost $250,000. We see that spike right here. August was a low at 190. Not the 12-week low. There's a couple months that were slower than that. March was lower than that. January was lower than that, but it was close. But a big spike right up over here. But if you can look and see, that's bringing it almost to the 12-week high right here. In fact, let's check that. We're at 250, just under that right here. This was just a touch over here in January. So that's going to be almost to our 12-month high where we were for the month of September. Coming down, we got active listings right now. Active listings up just a little bit, almost 2% to 158. So quite a few listings going on here in Albany County. Days on the market, see, or the medium days on in RPR. So yeah, days on the market is up 30%, $101 per square foot, $51 million in total volume going on here. Medium list price, $235,000, just under $1 under that $235,000 area right here. So we're looking at our graph. Again, we're seeing that spike almost as it was in June, recovering there. So does that trend continue through October? That would be something interesting to see. We'll have to come back and check out the next one to see if it's going to follow through here. Pending listings, 59. That's down a little bit, not much, about 3.5%. Days on the market is up to 39. $87 is the medium square foot price. But we got $11 million of total sales volume going on. Just under $220,000 for the medium list price that we're seeing. Again, we're seeing that trend right here, if you're following this cursor, going up in that direction. Come down here, pending listings, 179. Again, that's an increase up 4%. 199,000 is the median list price. Days on the market dropped. These are all our pendings, the one that went under contract during that month. $83 a square foot, which is up 2.5%. And we got just under $37 million in total volume going on in that department. And let's come down here. Sold listings, 215. It dropped 0.5%, so not much really of a change right there. As you can see with the graphic, almost a flat line. Number of properties, 29, which is down quite a bit, 50%. But it's getting 99.8% list of sales price, so getting just about what they're getting marketed for. 9 days on the market, $107 a square foot, and we got almost $7.5 million in total sales volume on that one right there. Month of supply, our inventory right here, same thing as we saw in Saratoga County. I think actually exactly the same, a little over 3 months. It changes up 1.33% here from last month, and the 12-month change, it's up 2%. So that days of or months of inventory is increasing. Yeah, we can see right here with our chart that this is at a 12-month high right here as far as the inventory was last month too, and we've ticked up a little bit since then as well. So coming down here, public records, we did 870,000. 1.36 million in volume, $68 a square foot. So we saw quite a big drop here, almost 25% in the medium sold price right here for the month of September. So let's scroll up here. We're going to hit our last here. We're going to go up north to our friends up north. We're going to hit Warren County. We're going to cover that. So this area looks like it moved back towards a little bit deeper to that seller's market area that we're talking about. Away from that balanced market, but that's okay. Months of inventory. This is about a little over 2 months of inventory. It's about they're getting about almost 95% of list of sale price is what they're getting here. 92 days on the market, and the median sold price is about 220,000 for the properties that we're looking for here. Let's scroll down here. Median estimated property value 227,000, down 1.7%, but the 12-month change is actually up 1.8% on that. So again, here we go. Look familiar? Yes, it does. This is the same as all the other areas. We got Warren County, national average, and the state average right there. So still following that same trend as Albany and Saratoga County. New listings are out there, down 57.1% to 3 new listings. Now, Warren County can be a little bit more of a rural area depending on how far you get up there, up north. You do have, Glens Falls, Lake George, Queensbury, which has got a pretty good population in that area. But as you move up there, you get some of those Adirondack towns, whereas, you got the Adirondack, you're in the Adirondack Park. So you've got a lot of woods, a lot of parks, a lot of trails, a lot of mountains, all kinds of fun stuff going on up there. But so you're not seeing quite the population up there. So we're not going to see the numbers as far as the properties and stuff as we are going to see, especially in Albany, where the capital is, where we've got probably the most dense population down in that area right there. Median list price, 189,000, which is down 44%. We can see that dip right here reflected in that number. So active listings, 12 active listings, which is down 7.7%. But the median list price is up 295, which is up almost 16%. We're getting about 150, or median list price $152 a square foot. Days on the market is just under 2 months at 55 days, $2.5 million in sales volume going on. Rolling down new and pendings, 3. Again, like I said, the numbers are a little bit low. About 220,000 is the median list price. We got under $1 million, almost about 700,000 in the total volume. 28 days on the market, which dropped, came down a little bit, and we're looking at about $125 a square foot, which increased. Pending listings, 12. There we go. That inflated number from a busy month of August, which is up there. 237, 450. So let's say it's almost 238,000 for the median list price, up 3.3%, almost $5 million in volume, $98 a square foot, which has dropped 3% month over month. And coming down here for our sold, we had 7 solds, up 75%. So a big jump right there. Which is getting almost 95% of the list to sales price. 92 days on the market, $104 a square foot, and 220. So all these numbers seem to be floating around that 220 range here for Warren County as far as the medium sold price and medium list price. Months of supplies, what we said before, a little over 2 months. So lower, about a month lower than Albany and Saratoga. Dropped about 2.4% from the previous months. It's down 68.2% from the 12-month change, so from a year ago this time. And we're going to see this in our chart right here, as we see it all the way up over here. Last October, we were sitting at, let's get that to pop up, almost 7 months of inventory. Now we're all the way over down here to just over 2 months of inventory. So big difference in what we see right there on that one. So our sold public records, we had 7 at about $233,900, $104 a square foot, about $1.5 million in sales volume on that one. And those are our 3 areas covering those numbers. Now, there's a lot more areas in Capital Region that I didn't get a chance to cover, but I tried to pick a couple of the big ones here right here. If there's an area you're interested in that I did not cover, even if you want to get more, concentrated in a smaller area, I'm covering a kind of a large area here, trying to give a broad overview of everything. But say you're interested more specifically of actually Saratoga, the city of Saratoga Springs, or Glens Falls, Albany, Schenectady, something like that. You're looking for a specific area, reach out, get a hold of me. More than happy to run those numbers and get that out for you. Even do your own private video. And if I get enough people reaching out to me, they want a certain area that I'm not covering, I'll add it on there, and we'll cover that on the next one as well. So I'm making sure we're getting that information out there for everybody who's interested in it. So that is our outlook on everything. My name is Chris McMahon, a real estate agent and investor. I've been investing in for over 20 years now with my own properties, fix and flips, buy and holds, that kind of thing. So we've got that going forward too. But if you got any questions, reach out, get a hold of me. If not, I will see you guys on the next video.